All right. So oftentimes people will come in with dysfunctional relationships, struggles with their sibling, coworkers, spouse, that kind of thing. And one of the first things I'll look at is how they frame up that interaction. Say I'm struggling with one of my coworkers, and I view that person of like, okay, this person comes in, I'm working on my computer, they're just talking to me nonstop, and I view it as this person's being annoying. Why is this person being annoying? Why can't they understand I'm working on my computer? I'm trying to get my job done. Can they leave me alone? And when I view it that way, I'm probably going to have less than favorable views towards that person. And that can get in the way of how I interact with that person, but that can also like put a chip on my shoulder or mess with me in a way that's also going to mess with me the rest of the day. And so instead of viewing that of like, hey, this person's trying to annoy me, we look at it from a different perspective of what skill is this person lacking? And it's like, okay, maybe this person doesn't read verbal cues. Or maybe they, when they were younger, say they were like the youngest brother, and anytime they wanted attention from someone, they had to go and just talk nonstop because people wouldn't pay attention to them as much. And you look for different ways, and you got to avoid judgment in this, but it's more just like understanding, why does this person show up like this? Why did they adopt this behavior? And when we do that, right, like, so say I view this coworker as the annoying coworker, I'm going to be impatient with them. I'm going to try and get out of the conversation as quick as I can. I'm going to avoid them at the water cooler. Whereas on the other side of that, I view this person as a human being and like, okay, what led them to take this kind of approach? When I see people adopt that, I see them have a lot more patience with others, as well as their relationships usually improve across the board. When you work on being more patient with the coworker, usually that translates to having more patience at home and more patience around just everywhere they go. When someone starts understanding that concept of viewing other people, and again in a healthy way, not in a judgmental way, of what skill is this person lacking, when they get a grasp of that, then we flip and look at the other side of the coin of what skill am I lacking that this person is annoying me so much. And once we can look at that, then we're able to look at it through accountability, and those are things that we can change. I can't necessarily change my coworker, but I can change and build the skills that I'm lacking to not view them as an annoyance. And when we do that and we start looking inwards, that's where growth really picks up, because you're working with things you can change rather than focusing on things you can't.